The current generation still hasn't lived up to the hype. Too many delays, too many safe bets, and that feeling that the best is still just out of reach. But that's about to change. What's coming next promises to blow minds with massive worlds, insane combat, and graphics that'll leave you speechless. Now's the time this generation finally shows what it's made of. So buckle up, because what's coming might be exactly what you've been waiting for since day one. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel. If you feel like subscribing to help me grow, I'd really appreciate it, from one gamer to another. Before we begin, tell me in the comments what's the one next-gen game that truly impressed you? The one that made you say, this is why I bought my console. I want to hear your answer. Now, no more stalling, let's get into it. Ferocious throws you straight into a forgotten island, covered in dense jungle and home to ancient creatures. The game aims for a high-intensity rhythm, mixing wild gunfights with cinematic exploration. Nothing feels safe, nature is in control, and your enemies go far beyond human. With improvised weapons, destructible environments, and stunning backdrops, this game wants to push you to your limits. The contrast between beauty and danger builds a unique, tense, and aggressive atmosphere, and it doesn't hold back on hard-hitting action, smooth movement, and close-range combat. It looks like a journey built to test your instincts and your aim every step of the way. Silent Hill F takes a disturbing turn set in 1960s Japan, where psychological horror is redefined. The environment is invaded by flowers that consume bodies, buildings, and memories, a twisted blend of beauty and decay that shapes the entire story. The city doesn't just haunt, it suffers. Instead of cheap scares, this game aims to build dread slowly, with emotional weight. Every detail is symbolic, every step revealing buried trauma. It's designed to mess with your senses, making you uneasy even in calm moments. This is horror that creeps from the inside out, meant to disturb far more than it startles. Atomic Heart 2 looks ready to crank up the chaos even further than the first game. Expect a world that's even more deranged, where robots, mutations, and rogue tech collide with a retro Soviet nightmare. Gameplay should keep that frantic pace with powers, weapon mods, and non-stop insanity. Visually, it keeps that grotesque but colorful vibe with surreal environments pulled straight from a fever dream. The story promises even deeper layers of paranoia and mystery, diving into twisted science, AI conspiracies, and out-of-control experiments. It's the kind of sequel that wants to go over the top in the best possible way. Nioh 3 is shaping up to be the ultimate evolution of what made the series great. The focus stays on intense combat, with razor-sharp swordplay, precise dodges, and a feudal Japan setting laced with supernatural elements. Expect a larger world, deeper systems, and a brutal new level of challenge. Enemies are likely to be more diverse, with fights demanding full mastery of your style. New vertical level design and spiritual transformation mechanics could add some big surprises for those who love punishing technical gameplay. And if it follows the legacy of the earlier games, you can already expect absurd bosses and a learning curve sharp enough to slice you in half.
What makes a shogun? Here is my answer.
Foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell!
Grounded 2 goes way beyond the idea of shrunken kids in a backyard. This time, the world promises deeper exploration with new areas, creatures, and even more creative survival mechanics. That feeling of being tiny in a massive world is still the core appeal, now wrapped in more mystery surrounding the story. Building and combat elements are being expanded, letting you create real fortresses out of everyday objects. Interactions with the environment, bugs, and even your character's progression seem more polished. And it all keeps the humor and creativity that made the first game such a fun surprise. End of Abyss presents itself as a dark journey through a universe of decay and ruin. It throws you into a devastated world, torn apart by mysterious forces, where each step uncovers something stranger and more dangerous. The story aims to be slow, dense, and introspective, with choices that deeply and unexpectedly shape your path. Combat is expected to be brutal, focusing on tactics and precise movement, blending magic, raw weapons, and supernatural abilities. The oppressive atmosphere and twisted environments set the stage for a plot that questions the very nature of what's happening. It's a journey that's not about easy answers, but about truly disturbing questions. First Light marks the return of one of gaming's most iconic spies, now in a project that's going all in on cinematic storytelling and intense action. Expect a campaign full of espionage, stealth, and futuristic gadgets, shifting between quiet infiltrations and explosive shootouts across stunning locations. The tone seems to lean toward a more modern and sleek vibe without abandoning the franchise's classic elements. With cars, chases, and plot twists in every chapter, this is shaping up to be a fast-paced thrill ride with that timeless secret agent charm now reimagined for a new generation.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
What do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting.
Onimusha Way of the Sword could be the glorious comeback of one of the PlayStation 2 era's most beloved series. This new chapter looks to bring back classic sword combat, demons, and samurai, but with a refined progression system and a world more open to exploration and secrets. The feudal setting remains a major strength, now boosted by next-gen visuals meant to breathe life into its monsters and iconic architecture. Every clash promises weight, every location begs to be explored, and if it honors the legacy, it could be a return fans have waited years to see.
Your battle, piggy!
Musashi! We both want the same thing, Musashi. But there's only room for one at the top.
And it won't be a coward who runs from jewels. Words never did work between us, did they? Sasaki Ganyu.
Metal Gear Solid Delta is a full reimagining of one of gaming's all-time greats, aiming to revive the tactical tension and rich storytelling that defined a generation. It sticks to the original's core, but rebuilds everything with jaw-dropping graphics, lush jungles, dynamic weather, and refined animations. Stealth is still the heart of the game, with strategy shaped by your surroundings and enemy behavior. Every move counts, and everything points to this being a faithful yet modernized revival of stealth gameplay at its finest.
You won't get away from me!
Time for you to taste some real pain! What's the matter? I'm over here. Go back to your own world. See you in hell! I'll grind you into nothing! What the?
Resident Evil Requiem is set to expand the franchise's biohorror legacy on a global scale. This new chapter will likely follow recent events in the saga and take things darker than ever, with oppressive environments and grotesque new creatures. Survival is still key, low ammo, tense puzzles, and choices that alter the course of the story. The vibe seems more introspective, digging into human struggles within chaos. And one thing's clear, the nightmare is far from over.
What is this? Hey! Help!
Stay close. They're coming.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Stay away from that!
Ninja Gaiden 4 is gearing up for a high-speed return of one of the most brutal action franchises around. Expect even more intense combat, fluid movement, brutal combos, and vertical arenas. It's shaping up to be a technical beast where mastering the mechanics is the only way to survive. A darker, more modern visual style hints at a new narrative direction, but the spirit of chaos and challenge remains untouched. If you're hoping for an easy ride, this one's not for you. It's here to push your reflexes to the absolute limit.
No escape.
Hayabusa.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
So you've come, Raven.
I will execute my mission.
The Blood of Dawnwalker is a mysterious project promising a haunting tale of pursuit, blood, and sacrifice. It blends dark fantasy with ruthless combat in a world where curses and the supernatural go hand in hand. The setting looks dense and suffocating, filled with grotesque creatures and heavy hidden lore. Combat aims to be slow, deliberate, and punishing, focused on precision and smart choices. The environments seem detailed, explorable, and interconnected, suggesting an open, layered design. The visuals lean into thick shadows, constant fog, and a decaying aesthetic. Nothing feels safe, and that tension might just be what keeps you hooked.
They came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
He is out there, watching, seeping into you, growing.
Chronicles Medieval has caught attention for its realistic take on medieval life. This game aims to build a living world with dynamic wars, diplomacy, economy, and character growth based on your choices. Instead of fantasy, it offers a raw historical simulation of brutal survival. Villages can grow or collapse over time, and the world will react to your actions or inaction. Gameplay seems focused on tactical combat, where sword duels demand timing and positioning. Interactions with NPCs, emergent events, and territorial disputes shape your journey. If it delivers, this could be one of the deepest medieval sims ever made.
I became like them. I took up the sword, prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death. But that's just my story. Go write your own.
With a completely different approach, the Cube aims to blend philosophy, horror, and sci-fi in a claustrophobic setting. The premise revolves around an infinite cube filled with deadly traps and puzzles that challenge not just your logic, but your sanity. It feels like an escape room drenched in constant paranoia, where every room could be your last. Expect rising tension and snap decisions. You won't get a moment to breathe. Gameplay will likely focus on creative puzzles, meticulous exploration, and managing scarce resources. It's not just about surviving, it's about understanding why you're there and what lies behind it all. The minimalist environment, cold colors, and unsettling silence create an eerie, oppressive atmosphere. If it lives up to its promise, the Cube could become one of the most enigmatic journeys in recent years. This next phase of the franchise promises to double down on chaos, cranking up the brutality and raw survival in a fear-driven world. Dying Light the Beast looks set to keep the fluid parkour and visceral combat at its core, but with darker themes and a new kind of threat emerging from the unknown. The atmosphere seems even more intense, with dense night settings and enemies that go far beyond common infected. Progression should be more flexible, combining makeshift weapons, physical skills, and meaningful decisions that shape the city itself. Melee combat is expected to be more technical, demanding precision and strategy in every fight. Daytime exploration and nighttime survival remain the heartbeat, but with twists that might flip your entire playstyle.
I don't care how high his walls are, or how big his army is. That fucker will pay for what he did to me. All the years he took from me, all the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
Built on introspection and the weight of the journey, Mortal Shell 2 promises to evolve everything the first game established. The world remains cryptic and fragmented, but now feels broader, filled with forgotten ruins and even more enigmatic creatures. You still merge with fallen bodies to absorb their memories and power, but now with new interactions between shells and the world itself. Combat will stay slow and deliberate, demanding patience and enemy reading, but with fresh moves, weapons, and fighting styles. Its dark, symbolic visuals return in full force, creating a dreamlike gothic nightmare. If you enjoy a good challenge and a subtle, indirect story, this is shaping up to be a hauntingly intense journey. ILL throws you into a claustrophobic nightmare where the horror doesn't just come from what you see, but what you hear and imagine. In a world ruled by grotesque, deformed creatures, every dark hallway could be hiding something that catches you off guard. The goal is to make everything feel painfully real, with detailed physics and an atmosphere designed to amplify dread. Every step builds tension, where violence is raw and combat requires precision. Improvised weapons and close-quarter fights are meant to be brutal. The game wants to keep you on edge the entire time, driven by a visceral, unfiltered kind of horror. Cronos, the new dawn, looks to mix sci-fi and psychological horror in a story that shifts between the past and a decaying future. The world is bleak and heavy, shaped by brutalist architecture and tough moral decisions that deepen the narrative weight. Gameplay blends combat, stealth, and time manipulation, putting you in situations where every choice has lasting consequences. Expect mysterious creatures, dangerous tech, and a puzzle of distorted memories and warped reality. The goal is to trap you in a mystery where nothing feels solid or safe.
It's not worth giving up yet. Such is our calling. Something verge. An orphan.
Focus your attention. What do you see?
Giant. Sleeping.
Again.
Animals. Fighting.
Pragmata will transport you to a futuristic version of Earth, where the bond between humans and machines drives the narrative. Featuring an astronaut and a mysterious girl, the story takes place in surreal urban ruins and logic-defying scenarios. The gameplay promises a mix of action and puzzle solving, testing both reflexes and observation. With floating platforms and twisted gravity, the vibe is one of constant weirdness. It's shaping up to be a sci-fi adventure like no other.
Get behind me!
I think I can help!
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize? Us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. What the?
Bypassing first and second firewalls, hooking control protocols. Initiating hack!
Hey, D.I.
I said I am D.I.
Okay. Look, how about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Sea of Remnants is shaping up to be a naval RPG where exploration is guided by the tides of the unknown. Aboard your ship, you'll sail through strange waters searching for answers and alliances. Every port might hold danger or opportunity. Naval battles, crew customization, and shipbuilding should create a tight loop of discovery and survival. In a world full of factions and mysteries, the game wants to turn the ocean into a stage for complex, weighty decisions. MUDANG Two Hearts flips between two realities, a ruthless soldier and a pop star buried in secrets. Set in a near-future world, the game blends political tension and personal drama at every turn. Combining stealth, action, and branching narrative paths, expect tough choices and constant twists. The duality between the characters will shape both the pacing and the outcome. It's aiming for a bold, impactful story that challenges expectations.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가? 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가? 누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다. 지정태.
GTA 6 is aiming to take urban chaos to a whole new level with a living, breathing, and unpredictable city. The map is set to be the franchise's biggest yet, changing over time based on weather, economy, and social behavior. It sounds like the world will be far more reactive, making you feel part of something bigger. Classic freedom returns, but with even deeper missions, chases, and interactions. Next-gen tech will bring realistic animations, revamped combat, and a story that tackles social issues with more punch. Expectations are sky high, and rightfully so. So, which of these games got you the most hyped? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear which next-gen title you're dying to play. And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. And if you love chaotic brawls, check out our latest video on the best fighting games dropping in 2025 and 2026. It's absolutely unmissable. Big hug, happy gaming, and see you tomorrow.